All right, we are back with Lisa Waterslane in the studio. She comes each week with your garden questions. What are your neighbors talking about? What's going on in the neighborhood? So there's some value in listening and hearing what other gardeners are talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So welcome to the studio, Lisa.
Thank you.
We haven't seen each other all week. Seems like it.
True.
We leave early, we come home late, and I've done Chamber of Commerce, a couple events, speaking engagement at La Fuentes,
Oh, that's where you were.
retirement resort. Yep.
Okay.
Great folks, older gardeners.
Yeah, but still gardeners.
Basically, it's a cruise ship on the land. That's such a nice facility. Oh my gosh. But had probably 50 people there.
Oh, wow.
And they've got small patios or decks.
Yeah.
And so just how do you do patio gardening? So container gardeners. So they were really, really engaged. I was surprised. So, they're older homes. They were all masked. Of course, we've all had our vaccines. They'd all had their vaccines. Right. So maybe they're comfortable gathering again. So I haven't been allowed inside a home place like that in
over a year, huh? It is nice to have things opening up some. Yep. It's nice people feel like they can come out and aren't as worried. So it's a good thing.
The Chamber of Commerce mixer, the Prescott Chambers. I've been to Chino, Prescott Valley, Prescott Chambers. Prescott had their first one in the last year. Prescott Resort, over 150 people. I think it was 155 were there. It took me, it was a lot of people to go and safe. But you could tell people were more comfortable. There's a lot of vaccines out with folks, especially these are business leaders. So they're always, interacting with people. So you kind of you're kind of first in line to hopefully feel safe.
So let me ask you, are people shaking hands or are they still doing like the fist bump or the elbow?
I had one elbow. I'm a fist bumper. Kind of have always sort of been that way. I'm the guy that sits down on my plane seat and I wipe down everything down. I've been doing that for years. So it just makes me feel, so I'm a fist bumper. But by the time you get done fist bumping everyone, you just start shaking hands because everyone is shaking hands. So I would say it's a blend of hand and fist. I did every sanitation station that I've passed. I kind of generously reapplied. So for myself, I don't think that was a norm. I did not I'm not there with community food yet. I'm just not.
That's another
platters. I never do that. I never do community food.
We never do buffets ever.
No, that's a idiosyncrasy I have. I'm weird. I understand. I'm okay with that.
I'm right there with you.
If you've had the flu a couple of times, forget COVID. I don't want the flu. So anyway, just safety protocols were in place. It was good to see everyone energetically involved.
Good. So a lot of new things are opening up, new festivals and all that. So it's nice to see that happening.
Questions.
Oh, you want to talk questions?
Yeah, wait, we got to do enough about the community. Let's talk about the gardens.
Okay. Well, David lives at Williamson Valley Road. Last fall, he planted a fat Albert spruce. Okay. And he would like to know how often should he be watering that spruce now?
Good. So April through October, we power up the irrigation. And again, folks, if you need an irrigation guide, come talk to us. Every horticulturalist, anyone that knows plants at all, they have a business card. And on the back of their card is how to water. It's such a common question. You just have to go, here's my card. You can't spend 15 minutes for 30 times a day telling people how to water, but come get it. But if you miss something, come get it. Here's what you do. April through October is the planting season, the growing season. Established plants are watered one time a week, one time a week.
Oh boy, I know. Gonna die.
One time a week, a deep soak. So you're wanting quite a bit of water on that plant. You want to water not just 15 minutes every day. That's totally wrong way to water. Water it 2 hours for all at once in the morning. And that will deep soak you. You'll have a drought hardy, robust plant. In the winter, what do? You still need to water. So you need to water twice a month at that point. So every other week you deep soak. That's the secret to healthy plants. So a lot of folks turned their irrigation off last fall, and the death and decay that we are seeing come in the garden center is, I've never seen anything like it, because people didn't water in the winter. Purely their fault. They just didn't put enough water and the plant died. So we had one major snow event, and that was it. Since last year, that's all we've had. So it's drought driven. So those folks that watered through the winter a couple times a month, it takes the edge off, and those plants are thriving. Absolutely look beautiful. So that's how you water. That's it. The next question that comes with that is, when should I water? And really what you want your the plants are just like people. You hydrate before you go hiking out on the trail, not afterwards. So hydrate them before the heat of the day. Get them fully plump, fully juiced up. So we water plants here at the nursery at 2, 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. We're watering our own personal landscapes. Start at 3, 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. And so we want to have everything hydrated by 8, 9 o'clock in the morning. That's ideal. So then they go into that heat, usually 10:30, 12, noon. They're going, I'm okay. I'm hydrated. How are you doing, buddy? So you look a little red in the face there. So how you doing? And so you want to water in the morning, not at night.
But most of your established trees, we're talking 1 time per week. Good watering 1 time per week.
Yes.
Okay.
So wait. So is that David or Daniel? Who was that again? David. New plant. It was just planted last fall. Those are different.
Oh no!
If it's under 2 years old, the roots aren't big enough yet. So new plants that are more dependent on you, those should be watered twice a week instead of once a week. So new things under 2 years old, under 2 growing seasons, twice a week, and then once they're rooted, once a week.
Okay, I think we cleared that. Clear as mud.
Clear as mud. So again, come get the plant. It's so easy when you see it. It just makes sense.
Okay. Janet would like to know, so she bought some California poppies at the garden center, which we do have a beautiful selection of California poppies in. She wants to know, does that original plant come back, or does it only come back by seed? That's
a good question. That's a gardener asking that question. That's good. So poppies do not come back. That plant will only live 1 year and it's dead. It's going to die in the winter. But poppies reseed. They form seeds so easily that entire hillsides can be covered in California poppy because the seed generation they have, that's poppy is one you plant at the top of the garden and just have those poppy seeds spill down the hill. So once you plant a poppy, you'll always have poppies. But her question specifically was, is it a perennial? Perennials come back from that exact root, not from seed. It's that plant comes back from the roots every spring. Poppies don't do that. They'll die out in the winter and then come back fresh by seed. So, but you can count on them. And the poppies we grew here, it's a new variety that it's like it's on steroids. It's got a big flower. It's not just your basic poppy. It's like, whoa, that must be from Waters Garden Center. Just a shameless commercial. Yeah, anyway.
Shameless about it. Okay, one more quick question I think we can put in. So Tim would like to know, he lives out in Prescott Valley. His question is, which would perform better in Prescott Valley, an emerald arborvitae or a Spartan juniper?
So that's actually a good question. So the Midwesterners, they love their arborvitae. That's what the East Coast loves arborvitae. Here in the West, we're in natural juniper forests. And so you know that junipers will naturalize and almost grow wild. So out of the two choices, juniper is going to be your better, less problematic, less insects, less water, better choice. There's a lot of junipers, and they don't all have pollen either. So you can get a lot of them that don't have allergy things.
Yeah, that's everybody's next question.
Yeah. So there's blue ones, there's yellow ones, there's green. So out of his, Spartan juniper is the better choice out of Arborvitae. Also, Arborvitae gets torn up in the winter. So the snow comes down and just separates. It's got multiple stems and it just separates it. And so it's high maintenance. It's just high maintenance kind of plant. I would never introduce it into my yard. We have both here at the garden center, so you can shop them, take a look. But I would say go with the Spartan juniper in your yard in Prescott Valley. There we go.
Okay.
Ken and Lisa Lane and the Mountain Gardeners. We'll be right back.